spoon on Formica rests beside a cup of tea gone lukewarm while the rain begins to pound. You ask me why I never lift my graying head up, and I just smile because I cannot hear the sound of what you are asking from across the narrow aisle. We share this corner table in a dimly lit town, where decades pass like shadows sliding down a wall. You wear a scarf of wool that's worn and turning brown, just like the one I bought when autumn took the fall in '74, before the world began to freeze. Do you remember holding hands beneath the theater sign, while drops of water soaked into your denim jeans? The bus conductor punched the tickets out in straight lines, and everything was bigger than our quiet teens. Now, stranger, you are sitting where she used to stay. I fold a napkin into squares and trace the seam. It feels like writing letters that we never sent. The photograph in my billfold is just a faded dream of every single dollar that we proudly spent on cherry cola and a bag of roasted corn. The waitress clears the dishes and the lights grow dim. You look away and button up your heavy coat. I leave a tip of silver on the heavy rim and keep the ghost of music running in my throat as night comes down. Why did the glass fog up so fast? Back when the autumn rain fell hard, we sat beside the heater vent and traced our names upon the dust. 2 cups of chicory and cream. We shared a single wooden spoon. The waitress wiped the Formica down, while outside traffic blurred the street. An envelope with folded blue sat in your canvas messenger bag. Unopened lines of simple verse that neither one of us read aloud. Old photographs curl at the border where summer died. The wool of your jacket still smells like a rainy night. A nickel is dropped in the slot of a telephone box, and 35 years are dissolved in a traffic light. Your fingers touch the ticket stub before the double door swung wide. We did not know the separate roads would stretch across so many states. The bus exhaust hung white and cold against the brick of Elm Street stores. You turned and gave a quiet nod before the metal hit your face. The corner store is painted green. The bus stop bench has been replaced. I walk alone through rising mist and hold a glove that has no match. A copper token sits beside my tea. It wears the shape of 1982. I found it folded in a wool coat sleeve, a remnant of the route I took to you. The buses ran on amber diesel fumes. We didn't care about the fading light. Our fingers brushed against the chilly glass. A dusty cafe booth where time would pause. You left a sugar packet on the board and walked away without a single cause. That worn out album fades upon the shelf. The vinyl crackles with a heavy sigh. We used to share a single paper cup and watch the autumn afternoon slip by. The rain still drips along the metal leaves, just like it did that melancholy night. Our fingers brushed against the chilly glass. A dusty cafe booth where time would pause. You left a sugar packet on the board and walked away without a single cause. I still keep ink-stained letters in a box where faded handwriting begins to blur. 10 years of silence separate our lives, yet I am kneeling in the street with her. The token cools upon the wooden grain, a quiet witness to a ghost's refrain. The screen door rattles where the old paper reads. Traffic rolls slow down the avenue weeds. You sit across from me, turning your spoon, counting the hours before afternoon. We shared one straw in a cherry float glass, watching the shadows lengthen and pass. You had a ribbon tied into your hair, dust motes were floating right there in the air. Old friends remember how we used to laugh, dividing our youth on a torn photograph. You took the highway while I stayed behind, leaving your winter prints deep in my mind. Remember that ticket I bought for the train, sticking right out through the cellophane. Neither of us had the courage to stay. Trains made a whistle and carried you away. Decades have vanished like smoke in the rain. People change features and answer to pain. Sometimes I wonder if you ever look back at two silhouettes on a crossing black track. Old friends remember how we used to laugh, dividing our youth on a torn photograph. You took the highway while I stayed behind, leaving your winter prints deep in my mind. Staring at windows where street lamps ignite, wishing you well on a quiet night. The smell of damp wool and roasted chicory drifts from the bakery cellar near the tracks. He watches her fold a heavy paper bag while autumn wind shakes the telephone wires. Her fingers brushed his knuckles by the sugar jar, a sudden jolt that made the saucers ring. They didn't speak of winters yet to come, just watched the steam rise from the porcelain. Decades dissolve behind a frosted pane, where boots once left their tracks in yellow mud. A bus arrived to take the North Road out and left two shadows standing in the dust. Inside the bench of a green painted shelter, an ink-smudged envelope waits in a coat. She wrote about the rain in 17, before the town paved over all the lanes. An amber slide sits in a metal tray, projected softly on a bedroom wall. The edges brown, the colors fading fast, of two draft smells sweet of baking yeast. He turns the corner where the tracks used to bend and leaves his footprints in the empty street. A thought cuts clean across the quiet room, like chalk dragged down a slate of fading gray. You left your silver button on the loom in 1982, the longest day. A bus stop bench carved deep with foolish names, beneath the weight of copper autumn rain. The heater in the kiosk barely claims to keep away the chill against the pain. We held our breath and let the pennies fall into the slot of time beyond recall. An alleyway of dripping yellow lights, where paper letters burned on winter nights. A folded photograph inside a book that still retains the shyness of your look. The steaming porcelain at the corner cafe, where steam blurred out the windows from the street. We watched the silent traffic crawl away beneath the heavy rhythm of our feet. Seasons turn and wash the pavement clean, leaving space where we had used to lean. The hands that intertwine in faded blue now search the empty shadows just for you. The quiet settles back upon the floor, where memory slips beneath the closing door. Why do the neon signs still hum the same tune when the counter is empty and the floorboards are pine? I was holding a napkin with your number in blue ink, and the coffee machine hissed while the rain crossed the line. Time slips through the fingers like cheap woolen yarn, left on the radiator of that rented room. Do you remember how the street lamps flickered thrice before the last tram vanished in the heavy fog? We traded paper cups and whispered through the cold, while the driver read his news beside a sleeping dog. Faded Polaroids tucked behind the kitchen clock show a coat 2 sizes big and hair past my chin. That old bus stop bench still holds the carve of our initials, though the paint is peeled away through every winter spin. Pages of a paperback we bought for 50 cents, open to the middle where the binding gave way. Was that October breeze the one that blew us apart, or just another Tuesday when the sky turned gray? I still keep the ticket from the balcony show stuck inside a ledger where the margins softly fray. All those afternoons we traded secrets in the booth, while the jukebox played a melody of heartbreak and youth. Now the names have all dissolved into the passing crowd, and the sound of your laughter feels so distant and proud. Just a lingering shadow on the brickwork across the street where we stood until the milk truck broke the dawn. I turned the key and let the empty hallway breathe, knowing that the season of our first love is gone. The weight of the chair holds the shape of an hour, when ink was a river that crossed the dark floor. I wrote to myself in the grey falling shower, and left all my youth by the unlocked front door. A bus stop at dusk where the timetable faded. We traded our futures for 2 paper cups. The amber street lights left our faces belated before the whole world told the dream to grow up. I folded the page with a shaking young hand and mailed a confession to nobody's land, while streets in the valley wore silver and blue. I gave up the boy who was waiting for you. A photograph curled at the corners in yellow, a coat of damp wool on the back of the frame. The weather back then made a hesitant fellow who whispered your number instead of your name. I folded the page with a shaking young hand and mailed a confession to nobody's land, while streets in the valley wore silver and blue. I gave up the boy who was waiting for you. Do you still keep the ticket from June '79? Or did the red rust take the iron from the line? I stumble through rooms that I used to with nothing to hold in the palm of my hand. Read it again, just to see what I meant. Before all the years and the postage was spent. Upon this station bench reminds a tired traveler of a heavy trench. We waited 40 minutes for the midnight tram, while you were asking softly who I really am. A stranger sitting near me drops a silver coin. It rolls across the tile where our fates once joined. I look into his eyes and start to softly speak of someone that I lost inside a fading week. He listens close and nods his head to every word that I have said. Do you remember how the maple leaves fell down across the pavement of that quiet coastal town? We shared a folded napkin at the corner store, and neither one of us had been in love before. He tells me that his daughter has your hazel gaze. It brings me right back tumbling through the autumn haze. We never mailed the letters that we wrote in class. We watched the painted seasons turn to gray and pass. Time takes away the bitter and preserves the sweet. Two strangers talking gently on a stranger's street. Away from view, I turn to wave goodbye and almost picture you. What you said yesterday stayed on the glass while the wipers tried beating the dark. A smudge from your thumb on the ticket stub, and the taillights dissolving in park. 3 folded pages of loose leaf lined white, with the corner chewed thin by your tooth. A calendar notched where December began, in the awkward slow grace of our youth. Old boots in the corner still smell like burnt toast. Your coat left behind like a permanent ghost. The bus stop is empty, the timetable fades. We traded dimes in the rain. A negative strip curled inside the brown box shows us laughing again on the train. Old boots in the corner still smell like burnt toast. Your coat left behind like a permanent ghost. The bus stop is empty, the timetable fades. We traded our future for quiet shades. Seasons turned over and emptied the drawer. Nothing is left of the way that we swore, except for the shadow you cast on the wall before the leaves started to drop and to fall. The sugar bowl sits in the dim kitchen light, where I left your umbrella alone for the night. The stiff ribbed weave of your dark brown coat against my palm in the autumn breeze. We shared one scarf to keep warm the throat beneath the shade of the willow trees. A corner booth where the waitress knew us. We poured cheap sugar in porcelain white. An old gray bus slowly rumbled through us into the mist of an early night. Raindrops tapped on the brick wall alley while paper letters dried on the shelf. Time rolled down like a distant valley, leaving me here to talk to myself. A faded snapshot curled at the corner, that smile in summer we tried to hold. Now seasons pass like a silent mourner, turning the green of the hillside gold. Just a thread left behind in the dark of a story that ended too soon. A glowing number on a clock at 4, beside a brass lamp on a wooden floor. I wonder if you're waking up alone, with heavy eyes and tea upon the stove. Decades have drifted down the hall like autumn leaves against the I see us sitting on a porch of stone, in winter coats with silver in our hair. We never shared that quiet house at all, yet in my mind I reach and find you there. The calendar moves forward through the glass, while heavy shadows in the hallway pass. I fold a paper napkin on the knee and pour an extra cup of bitter tea. We missed the chance to grow quite old as one. We watched our separate lives out in the sun, just numbers changing in the silent room. Across the floor where dust and memories bloom, a future that was never ours to keep. Before I drift away again to sleep. A painted ceramic frog sits by the sugar bowl. 3 copper coins left from 1984. I turn the radio down to a phantom hum, while the radiator rattles on the kitchen floor. We sheltered under the awning of the dry cleaners when the summer storm broke open the slate street. You tucked a folded cinema stub in my jacket lapel and laughed until the puddle soaked through your sneakers. I still keep that ticket underneath the calendar page, where the ink has faded into a bruised violet stain. Old buses rumble down at the corner where we parted. The damp wool scent of autumn still haunts the alley wall. I trace the chipped enamel of the kitchen table now, and wonder who you became after the leaves began to fall. I found the photograph tucked inside a dictionary spine. Your smile was lopsided, caught in the flash of a cheap Kodak. We thought the world was waiting just behind the county line, and neither of us knew there was no turning back. The kettle whistles softly as the water turns to steam. I leave the extra dime beside the green ceramic eye. A quiet room, a sudden flash of 50 summers gone, and 40 years of silence drifting quietly by. Past 3 in the attic room. Dust motes dance in a slant of gray. You are pacing the bedroom floor, worrying what the world will say. Folding paper that no one reads, counting minutes on wooden beads. Listen close through the window pane. Time is heavier now than rain. Do not hurry the heavy spring. Wait for winter to lose its sting. Every letter you hide away will find the light of another day. Fingers stained with an inkwell blue, writing sentences meant for none. Dreaming out where the street lights bend, waiting patiently for the sun. Listen close through the window pane. Time is heavier now than rain. Do not hurry the heavy spring. Wait for winter to lose its sting. Every letter you hide away will find the light of another day. Years will soften the rigid lines, turning errors to gentle signs. What is broken will learn to mend. Rest your eyes at the quiet end. 3:10. Let it be. Sleep now. A distant engine shifts outside the pane. We used to share a single paper cup. You trace the slow condensation of rain, while neither of us dared to bring it up. That faded photograph inside your drawer shows how we stood beneath the awning's shade, before the bus arrived to shut the door and left us with the promises we made. You always kept your letters tied with twine, a habit passed from distant summer days. I wonder if your hand still looks like mine, when time demands we go our separate ways. We held our breath in steps we took to stall the night. No other season had so much to tell before the morning robbed us of our light. I still recall the kindness in your face whenever old December brings defeat. Silver spoon on Formica rests beside a cup of tea gone lukewarm while the rain begins to pound. You ask me why I never lift my graying head up, and I just smile because I cannot hear the sound of what you are asking from across the narrow aisle. We share this corner table in a dimly lit town where decades pass like shadows sliding down a wall. You wear a scarf of wool that's worn and turning brown, just like the one I bought when autumn took the fall in '74, before the world began to freeze. Do you remember holding hands beneath the theater sign while drops of water soaked into your denim jeans? The bus conductor punched the tickets out in straight lines, and everything was bigger than our quiet teens. Now, stranger, you are sitting where she used to stay. I fold a napkin into squares and trace the seam. It feels like writing letters that we never sent. The photograph in my billfold is just a faded dream of every single dollar that proudly spent on cherry cola and a bag of roasted corn. The waitress clears the dishes and the lights grow dim. You look away and button up your heavy coat. I leave a tip of silver on the heavy rim and keep the ghost of music running in my throat as night comes down. Why did the glass fog up so fast? Back when the autumn rain fell hard, we sat beside the heater vent and traced our names upon the dust. 2 cups of chicory and cream, We shared a single wooden spoon. The waitress wiped the formica down, while outside traffic blurred the street. An envelope with folded blue sat in your canvas messenger bag. Unopened lines of simple verse that neither one of us read aloud. Old photographs curl at the border where summer died. The wool of your jacket still smells like a rainy night. A nickel is dropped in the slot of a telephone box, and 35 years are dissolved in a traffic light. Your fingers touch the ticket stub before the double doors swung wide. We did not know the separate roads would stretch across so many states. The bus exhaust hung white and cold against the brick of Elm Street stores. You turned and gave a quiet nod before the metal hit your face. The corner store is painted green. The bus stop bench has been replaced. I walk alone through rising mist and hold a glove that has no match. A copper token sits beside my tea. It wears the shape of 1982. I found it folded in a wool coat sleeve, a remnant of the route I took to you. The buses ran on amber diesel fumes. We didn't care about the fading light. Our fingers brushed against the chilly glass. A dusty cafe booth where time would pause. You left a sugar packet on the board and walked away without a single cause. That worn out album fades upon the shelf. The vinyl crackles with a heavy sigh. We used to share a single paper cup and watch the autumn afternoon slip by. The rain still drips along the metal leaves, just like it did that melancholy night. Our fingers brushed against the chilly glass. A dusty cafe booth where time would pause. You left a sugar packet on the board and walked away with her. The token cools upon the wooden grain, a quiet witness to a ghost's refrain. The screen door rattles where the old paper reads. Traffic rolls slow down the avenue weeds. You sit across from me, turning your spoon, counting the hours before afternoon. We shared one straw in a cherry float glass, watching the shadows lengthen and pass. You had a ribbon tied into your hair. Dust motes were floating right there in the air. Old friends remember how we used to laugh, dividing our youth on a torn photograph. You took the highway while I stayed behind, leaving your winter prints deep in my mind. Remember that ticket I bought for the train, sticking right out through the cellophane. Neither of us had the courage to stay. Trains made a whistle and carried you away. Decades have vanished like smoke in the rain. People change features and answer to pain. Sometimes I wonder if you ever look back at two silhouettes on a crossing black track. Old friends remember how we used to laugh, dividing our youth on a torn photograph. You took the highway while I stayed behind, leaving your winter prints deep in my mind. Staring at windows where street lamps ignite, wishing you well on a quiet night. The smell of damp wool and roasted chicory drifts from the bakery cellar near the tracks. He watches her fold a heavy paper bag while autumn wind shakes the telephone wires. Her fingers brushed his knuckles by the sugar jar, a sudden jolt that made the saucers ring. They didn't speak of winters yet to come, just watched the steam rise from the porcelain. Decades dissolve behind a frosted pane, where boots once left their tracks in yellow mud. A bus arrived to take the north road out, projected softly on a bedroom wall. The edges brown, the colors fading fast, of two young strangers in a borrowed shawl. The bakery shuttered 20 summers back, yet still the draft smells sweet of baking yeast. He turns the corner where the tracks used to bend and leaves his footprints in the empty street. A thought cuts clean across the quiet room, like chalk dragged down a slate of fading gray. You left your silver button on the loom in 1982, the longest day. A bus stop bench carved deep with foolish names, beneath the weight of copper autumn rain. The heater in the kiosk barely claims to keep away the chill against the pain. We held our breath and let the pennies fall into the slot of time beyond recall. An alleyway of dripping yellow lights, where paper letters burned on winter nights. A folded photograph inside a book that still retains the shyness of your look. The steaming porcelain at the corner cafe, where steam blurred out the windows from the street. We watched the silent traffic crawl away beneath the heavy rhythm of our feet. Seasons turn and wash the pavement clean, leaving space where we had used to lean. The hands that intertwine in faded blue now search the empty shadows just for you. The quiet settles back upon the floor, where memory slips beneath the closing door. Why do the neon signs still hum the same tune when the counter is empty and the floorboards are pine? I was holding a napkin with your number in blue ink, and the coffee machine hissed while the rain crossed the line. Time slips through the fingers like cheap woolen yarn, left on the radiator of that rented room. Do you remember how the street lamps flickered thrice before the last tram vanished in the heavy fog? We traded paper cups and whispered through the cold, while the driver read his news beside a sleeping dog. Faded Polaroids tucked behind the kitchen clock show a coat 2 sizes big and hair past my chin. That old bus stop bench still holds the carve of our initials, though the paint is peeled away through every winter spin. Pages of a paperback we bought for 50 cents, open to the middle where the binding gave way. Was that October breeze the one that blew us apart, or just another Tuesday when the sky turned gray? I still keep the ticket from the balcony show stuck inside a ledger where the margins softly fray. All those afternoons we traded secrets in the booth, while the jukebox played a melody of heartbreak and youth. Now the names have all dissolved into the passing crowd, and the sound of your laughter feels so distant and proud. Just a lingering shadow on the brickwork across the street, where we stood until the milk truck broke the dawn. I turned the key and let the empty hallway breathe, knowing that the season of our first love is gone. The weight of the chair holds the shape of an hour, when ink was a river that crossed the dark floor. I wrote to myself in the grey falling shower, and left all my youth by the unlocked front door. A bus stop at dusk where the timetable faded. We traded our futures for 2 paper cups. The amber street lights left our faces belated, before the whole world told the dream to grow up. I folded the page with a shaking young hand and mailed a confession to nobody's land, while streets in the valley wore silver and blue. I gave up the boy who was waiting for you. A photograph curled at the corners in yellow, a coat of damp wool on the back of the frame. The weather back then made a hesitant fellow who whispered your number instead of your name. I folded the page with a shaking young hand and mailed a confession to nobody's land, was waiting for you. Do you still keep the ticket from June '79? Or did the red rust take the iron from the line? I stumble through rooms that I used to call grand, with nothing to hold in the palm of my hand. Read it again, just to see what I meant, before all the years and the postage was spent. Upon this station bench reminds a tired traveler of a heavy trench. We waited 40 minutes for the midnight tram, while you were asking softly who I really am. A stranger sitting near me drops a silver coin. It rolls across the tile where our fates once joined. I look into his eyes and start to softly speak of someone that I lost inside a fading week. He listens close and nods his head to every word that I have said. Do you remember how the maple leaves fell down across the pavement of that quiet coastal town? We shared a folded napkin at the corner store, and neither one of us had been in love before. He tells me that his daughter has your hazel gaze. It brings me right back tumbling through the autumn haze. We never mailed the letters that we wrote in class. We watched the painted seasons turn to gray and pass. Time takes away the bitter and preserves the sweet. Two strangers talking gently on a stranger's street. Away from view, I turn to wave goodbye and almost picture you. What you said yesterday stayed on the glass, while the wipers tried beating the dark. A smudge from your thumb on the ticket stub, and the taillights dissolving in park. 3 folded pages of loose leaf lined white, with the corner chewed thin by your tooth. A calendar notched where December began, in the awkward slow grace of our youth. Old boots in the corner still smell like burnt toast. Your coat left behind like a permanent ghost. The bus stop is empty, the timetable fades. We traded our future for quiet shades. A crack in the sidewalk by number 12th Street, where you dropped all your dimes in the rain. A negative strip curled inside the brown box shows us laughing again on the train. Old boots in the corner still smell like burnt toast. Your coat left behind like a permanent ghost. The bus stop is empty, the timetable fades. We traded our future for quiet shades. Seasons turned over and emptied the drawer. Nothing is left of the way that we swore, except for the shadow you cast on the wall before the leaves started to drop and to fall. The sugar bowl sits in the dim kitchen light, where I left your umbrella alone for the night. The stiff ribbed weave of your dark brown coat against my palm in the autumn breeze. We shared one scarf to keep warm the throat beneath the shade of the willow trees. A corner booth where the waitress knew us. We poured cheap sugar in porcelain white. An old gray bus slowly rumbled through us into the mist of an early night. Raindrops tapped on the brick wall alley while paper letters dried on the shelf. Time rolled down like a distant valley, leaving me here to talk to myself. A faded snapshot curled at the corner, that smile in summer we tried to hold. Now seasons pass like a silent mourner, turning the green of the hillside gold. Just a thread left behind in the dark of a story that ended too soon. before, beside a brass lamp on a wooden floor. I wonder if you're waking up alone, with heavy eyes and tea upon the stove. Decades have drifted down the hall, like autumn leaves against the garden wall. I see us sitting on a porch of stone, in winter coats with silver in our hair. We never shared that quiet house at all, yet in my mind I reach and find you there. The calendar moves forward through the glass, while heavy shadows in the hallway pass. I fold a paper napkin on the knee and pour an extra cup of bitter tea. We missed the chance to grow quite old as one. We watched our separate lives out in the sun, just numbers changing in the silent room. Across the floor where dust and memories bloom, a future that was never ours to keep, before I drift away again to sleep. A painted ceramic frog sits by the sugar bowl. 3 copper coins left from 1984. I turn the radio down to a phantom hum, while the radiator rattles on the kitchen floor. We sheltered under the awning of the dry cleaners when the summer storm broke open the slate street. You tucked a folded cinema stub in my jacket lapel and laughed until the puddle soaked through your sneakers. I still keep that ticket underneath the calendar page, where the ink has faded into a bruised violet stain. Old buses rumble down at the corner where we parted. The damp wool scent of autumn still haunts the alley wall. I trace the chipped enamel of the kitchen table now, and wonder who you became after the leaves began to fall. I found the photograph tucked inside a dictionary spine. Your smile was lopsided, caught in the flash of a cheap Kodak. We thought the world was waiting just behind the county line, and neither of us knew there was no turning back. The kettle whistles softly as the water turns to steam. I leave the extra dime beside the green ceramic eye. A quiet room, a sudden flash of 50 summers gone, and 140 years of silence drifting quietly by. Past 3 in the attic room, dust motes dance in a slant of gray. You are pacing the bedroom floor, worrying what the world will say. Folding paper that no one reads, counting minutes on wooden beads. Listen close through the window pane. Time is heavier now than rain. Do not hurry the heavy spring. Wait for winter to lose its sting. Every letter you hide away will find the light of another day. Fingers stained with an inkwell blue, writing sentences meant for none. Dreaming out where the street lights bend, waiting patiently for the sun. Listen close through the window pane. Time is heavier now than rain. Do not hurry the heavy spring. Wait for winter to lose its sting. Every letter you hide away will find the light of another day. Years will soften the rigid lines, turning errors to gentle signs. What is broken will learn to mend. Rest your eyes at the quiet end. 3:10. Let it be. Sleep now. A distant engine shifts outside the pane. We used to share a single paper cup. You trace the slow condensation of rain, while neither of us dared to bring it up. That faded photograph inside your drawer shows how we stood beneath the awning's shade before the bus arrived to shut the door and left left us with the promises we made. You always kept your letters tied with twine, a habit passed from distant summer days. I wonder if your hand still looks like mine when time demands we go our separate ways. We held our breath inside the dark arcade and watched the final coin begin to slide. The bitter coffee grew so cold and gray, while autumn winds attacked the street outside. That rainy alley still remembers well the quiet steps we took to stall the night. No other season had so much to tell before the morning robbed us of our light. Place far from the shadows of that corner street. I still recall the kindness in your face whenever old December brings defeat.